What just happened?
Everyone, welcome to QuarinTime. If you're insane like us, we appreciate you coming by to listen in. And just like us, we're just like you, trying to keep our minds sane. And that's why we do this, just for you. My name is Jack.
I'm Ethan.
I'm Hunter.
And today we're just gonna, test the water a wee bit. This is our first official episode. I don't even know where we're going to put this or who's going to listen, but we hope if you are, we really appreciate it. But for today, we're going to talk about a few movies today.
Yeah, well, I feel like we should explain on how this whole thing even works to begin with.
All right.
Yeah, I think that's important.
Yeah, so Ethan, you've talked the least now, so you explain what the
Okay, so each of us chose a movie that we wanted to discuss. And then one other person of our group watched it. So for example, Hunter and I watched one movie. Mm-hmm. And what we're going to do is we're going to try to explain it to Jack. Whatever happens, we're going to tell him about it. He knows nothing about it outside of the title.
I don't even know the title anymore.
Yay.
That's a fair point. So essentially, each of us, there are three movies. One of us hasn't seen. Each movie one of us hasn't seen, and two of us are going to try to explain it to the person who hasn't seen it.
And that's it. That's the premise, basically. So if you don't like it, leave now. Honestly.
Yeah, you can go right for it. It's up to you completely. I understand if you want to leave.
And if you find our voices annoying,
well,
that's fair.
Welcome to the club.
It's funny because it's true.
Yeah, exactly.
So we're starting off with your guys' movie first, correct?
My movie, the movie I picked.
Yes, your movie.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I chose the cult classic, the film with 4 sequels, Starship Troopers.
There are sequels? Oh,
there are 4 sequels? Excuse me?
There are 4 sequels.
That's insane.
Okay, if you want me to give you a quick rundown of the sequels, I'm not going to say anything about their plot. I'm just going to say, second one is absolutely atrocious.
Okay.
Third one is nearly atrocious.
Ooh, even better.
The fourth one is a 3D CGI animated movie from Japan, which is all right.
Oh, that sounds pretty good, actually.
And the fifth one is Jack, it isn't filled with as many Japan-isms as you'd call them.
As long as it's not anime, it's fine.
It's not 2D, it's 3D.
Oh, okay.
And then the fifth one is a sequel to the Japanese one. And I haven't watched that one yet, but I've been told by like everyone who else is a fan I know who's a fan is that's like the only good sequel.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, yeah. And so I'm the one who doesn't know. I mean, okay, so I've heard of Starship Troopers. This is the first time of me hearing even the sequels. I didn't know there were sequels at all. But I've never seen Starship Troopers, and I am enthralled as to if you guys were to bestow upon me. I'm trying to say big words. Tell me the movie.
Embarrassing.
All right. So, Jack, do you want to start? Okay, so Jack, are we gonna go point by point on this? Because I got mine listed point by point.
Well, I would just open up, just giving it a poor Hunter like a brief synopsis, like just tell him what's going on, because right now he says the name, he doesn't know what it sounds.
Okay, so a brief synopsis of Starship Troopers. This is a society that is basically they've moved past the failures of democracy. That's an actual quote in the movie.
Oh, okay.
And they moved into a new kind of civilization where there are 2 kinds of people. There are civilians and then there are citizens. Citizens, like, it's kind of like, civilians are kind of like everybody, like everyone's a civilian.
Okay.
But then if you do federal service, if you work for the government, serve in the military, stuff like that, you can become a citizen. That gives you the right to vote. It makes going into politics a thing you can do, and weirdly enough, it allows you to have children a lot easier if you're a citizen. So
that's weird. I don't. Okay. Okay. So keep going.
Jack, you want to say something?
Yeah, no, just to quickly touch on what Ethan brought up, it is mentioned that there are actually licenses to have children, which, in my minded aspect, isn't really a bad idea.
Like, it kind of makes sense. I mean,
I mean, nowadays you need a license to own a gun. You need a license to own a dog.
You need a license to drive.
But anybody can have a kid.
So you need a license to pop one out, is what you're saying.
License to
License to
Like, what I'm saying is, like, how important and how, is to up, like, a human being's life.
Yeah.
We should not have these people. There are people who should not have children. We've seen them on the streets. We know of this.
Yeah.
So, just made sense to me. It's a good, like, quote. It's a good... But anyway... Sorry, getting back to the movie. So, in a nutshell, from what I had... Okay.
Uh-oh, did Ethan fall? Did you fall off the counter there, buddy?
You, I'm small.
Oh, not the counter. Not right now.
That's later.
Starship Troopers, basically, in this dystopian society, people, our main characters anyway, are heavily influenced by the ideas of the military. They want to join the service,
Well, I mean, like, there's propaganda messages all over the place, all over the movie.
Ooh,
yeah.
I like me some propaganda.
Like, I think the best way to sum it up is, like, there's constantly, like, the movie begins with a propaganda message.
Oh,
It begins later than, like, it's like a flash forward, or, like, there's a flashback, essentially.
Yeah.
And it begins with basically, like, saying, like, yeah, we're going off to war against these giant bug creatures. It's awesome, guys.
Oh,
we're gonna
bugs.
win.
All right.
We're gonna do great.
Yeah, no, so basically, space society, distant planet, have bad bugs that crash into Earth, right?
No. Wait. We'll save that for later.
But no, I'm trying to give a brief synopsis, though. That's what I'm trying to do.
This movie sounds like it's hard to make a brief synopsis for. What
Okay.
we're.
So boy joins military.
Okay.
Boy fights bugs.
Yep.
That's the movie.
You've now described the plot to ants.
Done.
Except ants. He's ant. He's a human being.
Oh, okay. So District 9.
He doesn't turn into one of them.
Oh, okay. So
He's just
that Will Smith movie, Hancock? No, not Hancock. I Am Will Smith. That that one.
I Am Legend. No.
Same thing.
Okay, but Jack, did you also know this was based on a book?
Yes, I did actually write that down.
So, and it is, and I want to say this loosely based on a book.
Okay.
Oh, it's really.
So, okay, you know how they are in the movie? They're like normal foot soldiers.
Yeah.
In the book, they have power armor mech suits that they're flying around with tactical nuke launchers, and basically one man is worth 1,000 of those small guys, of just the guys in the movie.
That's amazing. Wow, I didn't know that.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. When he goes, so these basically we have the three main characters of
Rico,
Flores, and Carmen.
Wait, yeah,
well, no, Carl too. Sorry.
Yeah, Carl. So there's Rico, played by the wonderful Casper Van Dien, if you've heard of him.
I have not until now, but
Carmen, who's played by she's in one of the James Bond movies.
Richards. She is.
She can't close her mouth.
She's very cute.
She can't fucking close her mouth. She's like Rey in Force Awakens.
Then we have Carl, who's played by Neil Patrick Harris. So these three friends are together at the academy or whatever the hell they go to.
Okay.
And
It's a high school.
And they decide to join up to the military right out of the gate, and each one of them gets accepted into a different sector, so it splits them up. You have Rico, who goes and becomes part of the
mobile infantry.
Then you have Carmen, who becomes a pilot, and then you have Carl, who goes into intelligence, science, and stuff like that.
And then there's also Diz. Can we slow down a little?
Slow down. I feel like we're already 10 minutes in and we haven't even gotten out of the game.
All I know
we gotta bring up Michael Ironside. Come on.
Yes, I know. I was getting to that.
Well, you kind of skipped past the high school part.
Well, yeah. I don't know, because like you just said the basic plot was boy meets world, boy meets bug, boy blows up bug, boy meets end, and I feel like maybe the high school is that the important part of the movie, or is
I'd say the high school is very important because it's a great way to explain the world without it seeming redundant for like Because like when you're in school, teachers tell you all the time useless information that you don't care about or you already know.
Yeah, like
So
don't
it's
evade your taxes, or don't
like,
drown children.
Yeah.
Like that stupid shit.
Yeah, stupid shit
Speaking
like
of children, actually, in this film that I noticed a few times, they are full on military.
Yeah.
Children, holy shit! The first shot in this film, it's like a PSA. You know how you see the PSA, join the military, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
I'm doing my part.
We see a kid who can't be like 11. I think he's like 10 or 11, and they have him fully kitted out in military gear with a rifle. About half an hour later, we get another advertisement where it shows 3 soldiers with like fully armed machine guns go up to a group of kids, and the kids are playing and like, oh yay, look,
oh, and they give them bullets. Like they give them bullets with like loaded bullets. Like it's not even like a shell casing. It's like a full on bullet.
It shows the kids fighting over these loaded rifles.
And the guys are just laughing.
And the guys are laughing, and they're throwing bullets to the kids. The kids are grabbing the bullets, and they're like, "Oh boy, let's go!" It's just like, wow.
So
See, it really,
what I've gone from this now, this movie has now turned from serious, I'm assuming like 80s 90s movie,
it's
shooter movie.
1997.
Okay, so like a serious shooter aliens bug 1997 movie to satire. Is this a satire movie?
I'd say it's a serious satire movie.
A serious satire. Oh, okay.
It-
So like Freddy got fingered.
It's an R-rated action flick, right? It's to have.
Yeah, well, let's just go with this. It's a hard R. This ain't no pussy ass R rating.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
no, it's hard art. Like, and I loved. I did notice something. I don't know how the original military works, but it was first shown in the high school for me during the football game.
Yeah. Okay. Wait, can we just talk about that football? Why is it indoors?
Because it's space, Ethan.
And why is it the field like so tiny? And why are they wearing hockey helmets?
I think
We are
I think Jack already said the answer. It's in space.
They're
It's gotta
not
be a
in
bit
space.
different.
They're on Earth at that point.
Oh well.
Nonsense.
Like, did you see Rico just clean jump over like a dude?
Yeah, no, it was pretty. There's a lot. Actually, as a matter of fact, Ethan, that's not the first. This man Rico has got airs on this boy. Oh,
This
my!
man Rico is impressive.
He can leap straight up, like I don't know, 10.
He can leap straight over a fully grown man and then some.
Exactly. So that's what we're talking about here.
Okay.
Hunter,
Now I get it.
Oh yeah. Let's not forget that this is the scene that introduces Xander.
Oh, him, Xander. That. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good way to describe him. He spends the whole movie trying to Rico's girl.
Carmen.
Yeah.
Carmen
Yeah.
Sandiego.
Denise.
Also, can I tell you a note I put down about Carmen?
Sure.
Rico is an idiot. Carmen is a bitch. Diz is best girl.
Diz is highly underrated. I came around to her at the end.
Yeah.
It was good, but I was trying to get to a point of what I brought up with the football is that it was co-ed football. So there was
Yeah.
boys. And then even later in the military,
Co-ed showers, yeah.
showers and barracks, and you feel full-blown nudity, and they're talking just like comrades. So I don't know if I know nothing about the military or how that operates. So I was curious if that is a thing.
Okay, so I have a friend who's in the military, and I never asked him if co-ed showers was a thing. I don't think it is.
No.
Well, you can ask him.
Speaking of, okay, so Jack, speaking of the co-ed shower scene, I don't know if this is true. This is just a rumor I heard. So take this with a bit of a grain of salt.
Sure.
But in that scene, I think the cast agreed to do it like full nude if the director filmed it nude as well.
What?
Really?
That's awesome.
Listen, I've heard it. I've heard it from someone who knows far more about this movie than I do.
Paul Verhoeven. What do you think? That's the director.
Yeah, he's the guy who did Total Recall.
Yeah.
You know
yeah,
what?
also Recall. Also on Total Recall.
Because there's there's that whole contract thing where it's like, hey, if you're an actor and you don't want to show your ding dong, then sign this bullshit, right?
But we don't see dicks in the movie.
No, well, I'm just saying, like nudity or whatever, right? If my director walked up to me and said, "Okay, listen, all right, I'm gonna come to you with my camera. I'm going to film you with your dick out and everything. But catch is, my dick's also out." I'd say yes.
I'm glad that's your director voice.
I don't know why I picked Al Pacino.
So
I would totally do that. I think years ago, back in the good old '80s, where he's like high on coke, he's like, okay,
okay, I got my coke out,
So.
I'm gonna get to something. Something that I really did not like. There's only two things I didn't like.
Okay, what were they?
One, these ships that they fly, right?
Which ships in particular?
Carmen's ship.
Like the escape pod?
No, like the big ones.
Oh, the Roger Young? Yeah, Roger Young.
Yeah, the Roger. I wrote them down as big dildo does nothing. It looks like a giant space dildo there, and although they look cool and they're flying them around and shit gets real and they get assaulted with shit, we don't see them with any guns or any weapons or any raining down fire like we've seen in other like sci-fi flicks.
Yeah.
Flicks have big guns. These are literally like military. They're supposed to be military class like freighters and stuff, and there's no weaponry on it. Like, excuse what?
I thought that whole movie was about like give a 6-year-old a gun. What?
Well, everything else has guns.
Exactly. And that's another. And then the second thing that pissed me off is also about guns. I wrote it down as weapon ineffectiveness. So in the sci-fi world, even though these assault rifles are badass, it's like the Halo assault rifle on steroids, pretty much, Hunter. To put that in your brain.
Okay. It's
these bugs that they attack. These giants. I can't really label them as a beetle-like thing. They're really quite unique. They're more like, if anything. But these guns shoot and shoot and shoot and shoot, and they shoot so rapidly, and it takes fucking forever to kill them. You would think that in the sci-fi.
I think that just shows how tough those fucking bugs are. I mean, we saw the bullets. Like when they were handing them out to the kids, they looked like fucking 50 cal. Like they looked like that.
Yeah, they do, and there are times in the movie where it's just the right amount, where it's like, okay, and they shoot them enough, and they are tough to bring down, but sometimes it is just ridiculous, because they've known about this threat for a long time.
Well, they weren't at... Okay, so, Jack, this is a very important thing, because I've seen a lot of people get confused by this or make jokes about this, but when Rico's at basic training, which is the best part of the movie, did you know that they weren't at war with the bugs?
I knew they weren't at war with them yet. They weren't at war until they blew up. The asteroid hit the planet and killed all those people. But I knew they. I've heard it. I've heard people question it's like, why are they like learning how to throw knives and all that shit against bugs? And I'm just like, they're not training to fight bugs. Exactly, but they knew that the bugs existed in the beginning.
Yeah, but like the bugs were kind of just like, there.
There, yeah,
wow.
They were.
Can we talk about one of my favorite lines? I wrote down a note about this. Mormon extremists.
That does not sound like my kind of people. Where is this from?
Okay, so there's a point in the movie very early on. It's one of the first propaganda messages where it says Mormon extremists went outside of the quarantine and like settled on a planet and were murdered by the bugs. But I just love how they call them Mormon extremists.
Yeah.
That's pretty, I think we should be that. I feel inspired by that, honestly. to escape this quarantine and be attacked by bugs. That's what I'm really diving at here.
So, the beginning of the film of these young people, they're going to go off to war and they get separated, and they come really quickly. They go from these new green people to really hardened veterans, and by the end of the film, they're all used. It ends with like a very government PSA kind of thing, right, where it's trying to motivate the troops, and it shows
we will fight, we will win.
Yeah, it shows them all as like the best in their field. And as a matter of fact, one of the Threshold Guardians, I guess you'd call him Ace, is played by
Yusi,
who is Jerry's son.
Yeah.
He's pretty up in there, and he's part of that too.
Can I just say something about Ace? Like after what's it called? I guess it's Klendathu or maybe Planet P. Yeah, well, not Planet P, the planet before they go on P. You know, the one where they're first with Michael Ironside.
Yeah, Michael Ironside. Yep.
Ace disappears from the movie and just becomes a background character at that point.
He does. He chimes in every now and again, but other than that, he does take a pretty big back seat.
Because he's like Rico's best friend by the end of it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, it's...
Okay, can we talk about how we get a backstory for like all the recruits? There's the shower scene. We get the backstory of like every recruit, and then they die in horrible ways.
Oh, it's like Deadpool 2.
No, it's not as quick as Deadpool 2.
Oh,
these guys get to live a bit longer.
Yeah.
One guy gets killed in a training accident, and I want to talk about the live fire exercise.
Yeah.
How fucking stupid it is.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're at the boot camp. They're in the middle of the fucking camp.
Right.
There are people running obstacle courses nearby while they are just shooting full like live rounds. There's no cage around the live fire area. Any stray bullet could hit someone running an obstacle course or running around anywhere. And when they get shot by like the training dummies that have like electric things, they like convulse and they keep holding the trigger. And one of their guys gets shot in the fucking face because of it.
That's
so. And in turn, it's the main character's fault because he was. And one of the soldiers was like, hey, my helmet's not working, I need help. So he runs up to him and says, okay, let me fix it. Takes off the helmet. One of the other guys gets shocked, falls, triggers, shoots, and then blows half his head off.
Well, that's not his fucking fault. That was just Faith being like, hey, I'm
No. It is his fault because what they say is why... Okay, number one, you're not authorized to do that. Like, you are not authorized to make a repair on that helmet. And number two, like, if he is having a problem like that, get him out of there. He's a liability at that point.
Oh.
It is because essentially what he did was he took his helmet off, which is it's a safety precaution.
Yeah.
And then he just left him there in the middle of this exercise without a helmet, and then he gets his head shot. He gets shot in the head.
Oh, okay. So this is his fault. Never mind.
So Mr. Krabs has to send him to...
Yeah, Clancy Brown is the drill instructor.
Mr. Krabs!
And so then Rico gets whipped.
Yeah, literally whipped. They literally tie him up, and he gets 10 lashes. That's how they punish people in the military.
By Mr. Krabs.
No, not Mr. Krabs.
Oh.
Some random dude.
Well, he's not a random dude. He's like, okay, that guy has one of the best moments in the movie when that one guy starts laughing at Clancy Brown for what he's saying, and then he's like, and then Clancy Brown grabs him and then he tells him, "You see that armory? Run around it!" And he sighs and starts running, and then he says to another drill instructor, "You keep pace with him." He pulls out a baton. He's ready to beat the shit out of the guy.
Yeah, he's chasing him around.
Oh yeah, you know what? That's the first thing Clancy Brown does to the new recruits. The second thing is he asks, "Does anyone who thinks they can knock me down?" One guy comes up and he fucking breaks his arm in 2 seconds.
Oh, that's pretty cool. You don't with Armor Abs Krabs. That's just not how you do it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and then Diz shows up. Yeah, Diz is important.
Diz nuts.
Dizzy.
Yeah.
Diz is the love interest who's been pining after the main character since high school. It's a classic love triangle story. The girl wants the guy, but the guy wants the other girl, and the other girl doesn't. It's, you know...
The other girl tries to Xander.
Yeah, and it could not be...
any more
blatant, because the film tells us 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, Neil Patrick Harris literally he just goes like this. He's like, he says there are others, and he looks right at Diz, and Rico's like, nah, and he just goes, I want Carmen.
Oh, so it's very obvious as to, like, it's almost poking fun at the idea that, like...
And it's not even like Rico doesn't know. He 100% knows.
He's just not going for it.
And he kind of declines her multiple times.
That's what kills me, is that they cover it the first time. There's that little relationship in action. I'm sorry, I just want to be friends. We cool. And then that same exchange happens 2 or 3 more times down the line. It's like, okay, we get it. We understand. Stop it.
Well, because then he gets dumped.
Yeah, and she's the rebound. Yeah, no.
Okay, so I looked this up. This is something that my brother kind of pointed this out when we were watching the movie. Carmen's already flying like the big starship.
Yeah.
Rico's is still in basic training.
Yeah. Huh.
So I looked up, like, well, how long is basic training? U.S. Army basic training is about 10 weeks. That's what I saw. And then I was like, how long does it take to train a pilot? 8 months.
Wow. Yeah.
So it's a bit of a time disparity. And, we learned that Carmen was on the ship for, 3 weeks, and Rico still hadn't finished basic training. In fact, I don't think he technically did, because he just gets shipped out to war because they kind of just throw everyone out there.
Yeah, no. He after he gets his lashings, Hunter, for something really, he packs up his stuff. He says, "Okay, I'm gonna leave. I'm not gonna go off. I'm not gonna fight. I've lost my drive now that I've been dumped."
Yeah.
Because he joined the military for the girl. The girl was super enthusiastic, so he's like, "Okay, And then she dumped him. And then he got lashed on the pole. Or
Got
whatever.
a guy killed.
And he got a guy killed, and they blamed him for it, and he felt shitty already, so he decides to go.
So it's just sad boy hours at this moment.
It's only like 4 months.
As he's leaving, the big bug asteroid comes down and wipes out his home city where he's from. So all his family is dead.
Oh, so he can't even fucking go back.
So Hunter, this is an important little detail.
Okay.
Everyone is the whitest people you know. Neil Patrick Harris is part of the main cast.
Yeah.
They're in Buenos Aires.
Buenos
Aires. That is the name of the place. That's South America.
Yep, South America.
That shows you the geography of this world.
Yeah, this is
it's
very
out of
confusing.
whack. Yes, it's out of whack.
So
Yeah,
and then,
can I just,
and then he.
You go put out your point.
No, you say your thing.
Okay,
You
I was
talk.
just gonna say, from what I've heard and from what you guys have told me, if I were to describe Starship Troopers, it would be this.
Mhm.
4 wacky teenagers join a huge-ass military corporation whose goal is to just get everyone so they can, have a big army to shoot bugs. But that's not the most important part. The most important part is this guy is trying to get his wet multiple times throughout this movie. As this war's going on, as all this important shit's going on, it doesn't matter. All this propaganda that's being shown, everything to you as an audience being shown, that does not matter. This man wants to get his wet, and that's it. That's the movie.
He's thirsty, definitely. He's thirsty as fuck.
Well, well, speaking of, right before they ship out, it's like they graduated. This is the big dance, and he hasn't had sex with his at the time girlfriend Carmen. And while they're at the dance, she literally whispers into his ear, "My father's not home," and we know exactly what's gonna go down.
Yeah, he's gonna go. Well, how are you gonna pick me up? I don't know how to get home now. And then they have to walk home.
Well, his parents are rich. He's loaded.
That's gross, man. I know they're gonna have sex, but you don't have to say that.
His dad gives him an ultimatum. He says, "Look, you're going to Harvard, and you're gonna like it. And if you leave and go join the military, you're cut off. You're screwed with you."
Yeah.
Okay, we're 29 minutes in, gentlemen. Do we want to wrap up Starship Troopers real quick?
No, we're not wrapping up Starship Troopers. We're barely even half an hour into the movie.
Exactly. We need to.
All I've heard is it's just a classical rom-com with some 80s sci-fi action.
It
thrown
sounds like
into
a
it.
rom-com.
Rom-com.
Can we describe some of the bugs, Tim? Can we try to describe the bugs?
Okay, big angry crab things.
You already said about Mr. Krabs.
Wait.
Yeah.
Quick question, Jack.
Yeah.
Which one are you going for?
The default bug.
Oh, okay, the default bug.
Default
All right.
bug.
Bug that's everywhere. It is a very large. It's probably bigger than a house.
Actually, wait. I got this. The standard bug. You know those staple remover things?
Yeah.
Tweezers.
Oh yeah.
It has the mouth of a tweezer.
Okay.
And then it's got two spike arms that it can stab a motherfucker with.
Okay, that's a very
And
funny.
And then it's got 4 legs that are also the same as its arms that stab people, so it can just stab people with its arms.
With its
okay. Arms and legs.
All right, I understand what this bug looks like now.
Okay, and then there's the tanker, which is a giant beetle that spews fire.
Oh,
what's
okay.
that?
No, it shoots it from its mouth. He shoots it from his mouth.
Oh, the mouth?
Yeah, that's where the tanker shoots it.
They also go underground, so like every
they
time
burrow.
they see one, they burrow and then they come up, and everyone's like, oh!
And then they come out. And then they come out.
Yep.
And they're like, oh yeah, Rico kills it in such a fucking badass way.
What does he go like, hey, bug, and then the bug turns around, right? And then the guy's like, he lights this cartoony stick of dynamite, throws into him, and then the bug catches it, and he looks at it, and then he looks at the camera, pulls up the sign that says, it's a living, and then he blows up.
No. Not even close. Actually, that's kind of close to how Dizzy kills one.
What?
Kind of. But, Jack?
Yeah.
Did you also find it funny as hell that Neil Patrick Harris is dressed up as a Nazi?
Actually, I'm so happy you said it, because my note says Nazi NPH. Because at the end of the film, he becomes a high-ranking general since he got accepted in military intelligence.
And he's a psychic.
Looks like
wait, hold on. Wait, whoa, there's a psychic in this movie?
There are psychics in this movie.
Oh.
And that is about as important as they are.
Oh.
Hunter, you've seen Looper, right?
Yes, I think so.
You know Bruce. Yeah, you know how some people have TK, like that little skill where they lift like coins or whatever.
Yeah.
That is, it's the equivalent in this universe. Some people are TK, some aren't. It doesn't really apply.
And it has about that much equivalence to the plot.
Oh.
Yeah, one cares. It's a weird thing they touch on, and they even do a test. Neil Patrick Harris, this character Carl, tests Rico. And he's like with like a card, so he has like, it's like, okay, imagine this card in your head, figure out what it is, or use TK. On
the opening of Ghostbusters, I've seen it. Yeah.
Exactly.
And Rico never gets one right.
No, so he's not TK. Big whoop, and it's mentioned I think one more time, and then never touched on again.
No, it's actually quite important at the very end. Remember?
Oh, it's the brain bug?
No, right before the brain bug. Right before the brain bug, when Rico has to save Carmen.
When Neil Patrick Harris tells him...
Yeah, he sends him like a psychic message of like, yo, Carmen's alive.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so it would... Okay, just a...
That's like it. Oh, yeah. Can we talk about how, like, at the very end of the movie, they capture, like, the brain bug. The brain bug. Well, yeah, I want to describe the brain bug. Imagine a giant pink gelatinous blob that has to be carried by little bugs. It has 8 eyes, and in between its 2 eyes, in the very middle, is a vagina. And out of that vagina comes this big-ass stinger thing that it just jams into people's heads and drinks their brains.
For intelligence.
I don't like how excited you were talking about that, Ethan. I
Neither
feel
do
like you were
I,
touching
but-
yourself the
No,
whole
I
time.
fucking love the design of the brain bug. It's hilarious to me.
The entire reason they're after this is because they think they're bugs before the first battle. Like, oh, bugs are dumb, bugs are stupid. Then they land on the planet, and they
They
get
get their asses kicked.
and they're like, okay, there's got to be something else here. And so then the rest of the film, they're
Brain bugs, I find the idea of a bug that thinks offensive.
Exactly. So Neil Patrick Harris's, observation and thought process, like, there's got to be a smarter bug. So you guys got to go find it for me. So then that becomes the rest of the film.
Oh.
Is, they're going to find this brain bug. And,
Study it.
and study it. And they do. They capture it.
Oh, when they capture it. Oh, yeah, by the way, Rico doesn't capture it.
Yeah, Rico actually does. The main character doesn't capture it.
Oh.
Clancy Brown captures it.
Yes!
And I'm not even joking.
Oh, that makes us. I want to watch this movie now.
It's
Okay, but like my favorite part is the brain bug is like making noises like it's terrified as it's been dragged out and surrounded by humans, and then Neil Patrick Harris walks up to it, and then a fellow general says, "What's it thinking, Colonel?" And then Neil Patrick goes to reach to touch it. It reels back a bit, and then he touches it, and then he feels it for a few seconds, and it's like he's getting a psychic message, and then he yells out, "It's afraid!" It's like, no shit.
No shit. Like what?
It was very awkward. It was Neil Patrick Harris going up to this CGI thing, putting his hand on it,
I think it was a puppet.
closing his eye. No, it was CGI. Closing his eyes, and then
Feeling it.
for a couple of seconds, and it's like,
Like, what are you gonna do? It's afraid.
it's afraid.
And
Yay!
then everyone's just cheering. They're shooting guns in the air. They're freaking out.
but you do realize that you have it in a net, and that sounds stupid when you say it like that. Target we've been trying to capture. Clancy Brown captured it. What did he do? He threw a net on it.
We don't see how he captured it, by the way. We
don't ever see how he captured it.
Like what happens is Rico goes to save Carmen, and he's got a nuke in his hand. By the way, they have nuke rocket launchers.
Okay.
Batman.
So he has a nuke in his hand, and he's basically negotiating with the bug, with this brain bug, and then it gets its little carrying things to scuttle it away, and then Rico and the gang, deal with the bugs that are trying to kill them there. By the way, Father Gabriel from Walking Dead's in this movie.
Yes, he is.
Oh, okay.
He dies.
Yes, he does.
Good for him. Good
Also,
for him.
why does he have that scene where he has such excessive force against that one bug?
I don't know.
Like,
PTSD? I'm not sure.
He they take down a bug, and then he looks at it. He sees the eye. He shoots it, and he keeps shooting it. And then someone says, "That's enough." And then he says, "Okay, hey, Mom." Yeah, I remember.
So, all right. So this movie has now turned to a Saved by the Bell episode, and then they get launched into space, and Mr. Crab beats up a brain bug, and then Neil Patrick Harris from the Smurfs walks over, touches his face, goes, "He's sad." Yeah, and they start shooting in the air.
You know what? You summed it up perfectly. I think that's enough.
I think that sounds like Starship Troopers to me.
It cuts and it shows them doing that, and then it has that final PSA thing, and then it ends.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, you know what? You've sold me on the idea. I think I will enjoy watching.
You will.
A rom-com with bugs.
Go watch all 5 of them.
I want to watch the first one, the third one, and the 5th one.
Why do you want to watch? Why do you want to watch the 3rd one?
Because you said that one sounded like it was bad, but not as bad. So maybe
no,
boring.
it's f***ing awful.
Oh, even worse. Okay, that's then I'll definitely watch it.
It's slightly better than the 2nd one.
Even better.
So overall, it's a pretty good flick. I'd rate it an 8 out of 10.
An 8 out of 10? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It was pretty
solid
good.
8, 9.
Yeah, no, solid 8. It's got a little bit of everything. It's got some nudity. It's got some
got boobs.
Violence. It's got it's got a mix of everything. It actually meshes quite well together.
It has
boobs, bugs, and Mr. Krabs. What do you need? Nothing else.
Sam Fisher and Mr. Krabs. Yeah.
Yeah.
You want an M&M?
So yeah, no, it was pretty good. I would watch it again. It's something you can pop on,
Yeah.
If you're going through the channel,
that's good.
Starship Troopers on. I'm not doing anything else. Pop it on.
That's a good. If it's a movie where you can just put it in the background, don't really have to pay attention to it, look it up every single time, be like, oh, so that's happening. Then that seems like a good movie.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what it is.
All right.
We didn't even talk about Michael Ironside, but whatever.
Ironside. He's from Toronto. He's a Canadian actor.
Oh, is he?
He's got one arm.
He's a great dude. In this movie, he plays the professor at the beginning, and then he comes in later as a lieutenant of this badass squad that our main character Rico becomes a part of, and he's this badass metal arm, and he's just fucking up shit.
He gets his sergeant killed on purpose.
Yeah.
It's he sees this bug that can walking around in the rocks, and his sergeant is just talking on the comms, and then he says, go to higher ground. These rocks must be interfering with it. The guy goes to higher ground. This flying bug appears, grabs his sergeant, and then he just asks one of his soldiers for his gun. It has a scope on it, and instead of shooting the bug, he shoots his sergeant in the chest and says, "I expect any one of you do the same to me." And then no one cares. And then he makes Rico sergeant.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this movie sounds like just a hodgepodge of different sort of things.
This is a movie you can get drunk to.
Okay, well, I'm already sold now. Anyway.
Moving on.
Moving on to the movie you should always be drunk while watching.
All right. Okay, Ethan, are you ready to talk about this goddamn movie?
Yeah, I'm ready for you to talk a lot more.
So, what me and Ethan watched.
So this was your idea.
And yes, this was my idea. And what Jack hasn't watched is a movie called Killer Bean Forever. Now,
Christ.
I would like to talk about this movie for many reasons. Some reasons because it's absolutely hilarious to watch. Other reasons because it's free on YouTube. I mean, like, you can't really get wrong with any of that. But
you have no excuse not to watch it.
yeah, you don't really have an excuse because it. But the pinnacle reason why I want to talk about this movie was basically funded by one guy.
Yeah.
One guy named what was his name? It was Jeff Liu. And he's been working on this movie for, I believe, 9 years. Or no, not 9, 5. 5 years.
Thank God.
It was like $100,000 to make or something like that, or whatever. The budget was low. He basically voiced almost every single character. And what I would have to say, it's one of the most enjoyable, cheesy, like, stupid little animated action movies I've ever seen. And I believe anyone can enjoy it.
I think it's an oddity.
It is. Oh, it totally is.
Like, I can't really compare it to anything else outside of, like
I don't know, I could feel like a John Wick type vibe,
yeah,
but like also
but,
at the same time
without
not
the
really.
dog.
No dog.
Hey, can someone please tell me what this movie's about?
Okay, so we start off with the movie with a dance scene. So there's just a bunch of gangster beans dancing.
Oh yeah, by the way, everyone's a bean.
Everyone's a bean. I don't know if you got that. Hence the name.
Okay, alrighty.
Alright, everyone's a bean, animated bean. Starts off dancing. Everyone's like a gangster bean dancing in a warehouse. And this killer bean named Killer Bean calls the head guy. He's like, "Hey, turn down that music." He's like, "I'm not turning down shit." And then he turns off the phone. And then Killer Bean drives through.
Wait. One little detail.
Yeah.
One little detail that I found funny. So he does the classic, like, he turns up the music louder thing that you know all assholes do in movies. Music didn't get that much louder.
No,
like,
it didn't.
The dials were like, imagine like a dial at 2. He turned it up to 10. It barely got any louder.
Anyway, so Killer Bean drove through the building.
The wall.
Yeah, just through the wall in his sports car. Jumps out with his dual-wielding Desert Eagles, his gold Desert Eagles.
That are engraved.
And just, like, shows off something that most animated movies should have nowadays. Ragdoll effects. Oh,
yeah, my God, the ragdoll effects are fucking hilarious.
Every time he shoots a bean, they just flop. They just, like, Skyrim the hell out of here. And it's the funniest thing. He'll kick someone in the face, they go flying.
Oh, yeah, I have a quote from Killer Bean himself. He has this badass entrance, and then he says, "When I don't get enough sleep, I get irritable, and you don't want me to get irritable."
Yeah, he says, "I'm just a bean trying to get some sleep."
Okay, can we point out that we learn later that the warehouse is a block away from him?
Yeah.
How fucking loud is that music?
That was some loud-ass music. And there were people beside that building, so I was wondering how come those people didn't call in, you know, like, "Hey, shut the up." Like, but Deadpool being over here... Oh, by the way, he's dressed like Deadpool, basically.
Oh, wait.
Jesus.
Can I say something extremely important? This is something that bothered me the entire movie. Actually, I don't want to say it bothered me.
You're allowed to say it, because that's the whole point of a podcast, is to say what we're talking about. So
oh my God. So, I'm going to say this. 90% of the characters don't actually have pants.
Oh, no. Oh, that...
They
actually...
have leg sleeves.
Yeah, that bothered me a little.
Jack, are you listening to this?
Yes, they have
So imagine you just have your pants as the sleeves, and then the rest of it, like your dick and balls and your ass, are all visible.
What?
I would like to say this. Imagine, you know what the Californian raisins look like? Got it. So, like, I guess that was just a reference too old for you. So, like, imagine, like, one of those, like, really old cartoons where it's just the black lines and black legs, and then they got, like, the fancy gloves and shoes.
No, I have no idea.
You know what Mickey Mouse looks like? His fucking arms and legs on a bean. There we go.
All right, thank you.
But they don't wear pants. They just wear like so there's the detective bean.
He has pants.
He has pants, which is very odd. But Killer Bean doesn't. Okay. So I think I agree with you on the part that I think it's a bit uncomfortable because they're beans, and on the back they have like that bean slit. So from the back it looks like they have an ass crack.
Yeah, they look. And the top of their head has the crease too, so the back of their head looks like an ass.
Yeah.
Okay, man, I need to Google image this shit.
No, don't you dare Google image this shit. It ruins the surprise.
It's Killer Bean.
What surprise? I'm never gonna watch it. What?
Anyway, so fight scene happens, and we find out that the person or the bean who got killed by Killer Bean was the cousin of a big gangster
named Cappuccino.
Yeah, named Cappuccino.
Oh, has he seen them?
It's that! It's 3D animated!
Yeah.
I like how it took. I forgot to mention it was 3D animated.
Oh yeah, I guess we never said that. Yeah, we just kind of assumed.
Do you have any idea what I've been picturing in my mind? I've been picturing real beans on stop motion and shit.
Because of the California raisins, I get it.
You have to mention this shit to me. You can't just like.
This is why I wanted his imagination to run wild.
That's true, I guess. Anyway, so we got this big Bob Moss guy called Cappuccino.
Bob Moss?
Yeah, Babu Moss. And like,
because I keep scrolling. Okay, I can't
Stop.
look at it.
Stop.
And he's like, he's basically Al Pacino. He's like, okay, I'm a bean. My name is Cappuccino, and that's it. So he hires like this guy who looks like I don't even know what he looks like. He looks like a Final Fantasy.
You know
villain.
what? Here's the important thing about him. He's Asian and he's an assassin.
Yes, we got Asian assassin. And then we also got what was his name? Black Bean? Black Shadow? What was it?
No, what his name is Vegan.
Oh, Vegan. Yeah, that's true.
And he sounds like Michael Clark Duncan. Do you know who I'm talking about?
Michael Clark Duncan. I know the name.
You'll know the voice. He's got such a recognizable voice. Have you ever seen Armageddon?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Green Mile. The
big black guy.
Yeah, the guy who passed away.
Yeah, that guy sounds like a bean in a trench coat with glasses.
Yeah.
God.
And he's darker than the rest of the beans.
Yeah, so you know he's the white one.
He fucks.
Oh my god.
Anyway, so couple of scenes later of Cappuccino talking to people saying, "Hey, I want this fucker dead. I want this bean dead." We cut to Killer Bean. He's sitting in his room, and like his big boss, because he's kind of like a contract killer, sort of.
Wait, no. You skipped something very important.
What did I skip?
By very important, it's so unimportant. It's stupid. So the cops are investigating the warehouse where Killer Bean killed like a dozen people.
Oh yeah.
And he's just in his room. He looks outside. He looks at the cops. And then he pulls out a fucking sniper rifle that's just right next to the window, and then he aims it at the main detective, and he's just about to take the shot and murder this random detective for no reason.
Like, he's not a bad guy. He's not like, he was just, I guess he just wanted to do it.
Why did he want to kill the detective? Also, the detective has the voice of, well, you see, this is how things go.
I'm a fucking detective. I'm a bean.
Yeah. Oh, can we talk about Asian assassin scene?
No, we can't. It's illegal.
Why not?
No, because you're not allowed anymore.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Asian assassin.
That's his name. That's what I called him for the majority of the movie.
So like, he gets his call. Killer Bean gets his call on his phone before shooting the cop.
Oh my god! I googled Killer Bean Asian assassin. His name is Jet Bean.
Yep.
Damn it, Jack! You spoiled the surprise.
My god!
I'm glad you got a kick out of that.
I'm glad it actually came up with the right thing.
Yeah, very true. Yeah.
That's incredible. Oh my god.
Anyway, the point I'm trying to get at is that Killer Bean is a part of this kind of huge organization of like assassins, and
Shadow Bean.
Yeah, the Shadow Beans. And they're like big assassins that get trained up so they can be basically unstoppable and do whatever they want. But there's like a certain time where like
they stopped working.
Yeah,
with the U.S. government.
Like your phone.
No, sorry, not the U.S. government. Their government. They never specified
the
what
Bean government.
The government.
The government. Anyway,
our government.
So they start. The Killer Bean thinks that, oh my God, Shadow Bean. That means that trench coat is after me. And so
okay, no, Killer Bean does not sound like that. He sounds whiny.
No, I know, but I gave him a voice for no reason. Anyway,
You know what? He sounds like the guy. He has the voice inflection of the dude from Parks and Rec.
Oh yes, that one guy from Parks and Rec, the only male in Parks.
The most important guy in Parks and Rec, the fucking guy who's everyone memes on.
Yeah, they got the mustache, Ron Swanson.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. I was thinking of someone else.
Nick
Who the hell
off.
were you?
I was
Who the hell were you thinking of?
I was thinking of who's the guy from Curb Your Enthusiasm?
Oh, Larry.
Yeah.
Larry something.
Larry
David?
Larry David. Yep.
You mean Jerry Seinfeld from Seinfeld?
You mean Jerry Springer from the person you were going to say beforehand?
That is just no. Jerry Seinfeld from Seinfeld is Larry David.
That's fun.
All right.
George.
And okay, we're losing sidetrack of this whole goddamn film. So
Yes.
This movie's fucking insane. Okay?
Yeah, I'm so confused.
So Killer Bean is looking for more cappuccino bullshit because he's like, well, I killed his cousin. Might as well just go
Kill
after his whole family or whatever. Goes to a warehouse. Trenchcoat guy, Trenchcoat Bean kills him, almost kills him, shoots him.
No! Don't just skip over shit. He fucking stops right before he gets to the warehouse and hypes himself up by just repeatedly saying, "Dramatic entrance."
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
You gotta talk about the little moments because this movie is.
Well,
just
that's the
little
thing,
moments
Ethan. I
of
got
hilarity.
sucked into this movie. With other movies, I can like stop it. I can talk about it. But with this movie, I was like so invested in it.
I don't know how you were invested in this movie. This movie was just a fucking joke.
This movie was not a joke, Ethan. This movie
is the fucking room of animated films.
But was the action scenes shot well, and were the action fun?
Except when they just stood there like fucking ass beans and just looked at Killer Bean with their guns pointed at him, and he was just standing there. He was just standing there, completely defenseless. And then they start shooting after he does stuff every single time.
And you know what? It was cool. So shut up.
Can we talk about
we
random fucking guy who comes out of an APC and he's like, "My boys, I handpicked them. They were the best in their school."
Okay, that was funny because it went for too long.
We've accumulated over 15 Medal of Honors, 11 Purple Hearts, and when we stopped working for the military, we started doing private contracts.
And it just went on and on and on, and
he talks longer than it takes for Killer Bean to kill them all.
Jack, do you have any idea what's going on? I'm just trying to.
Okay. You know what I know? This is what I know. There's a guy named Killer Bean.
Got it.
KB, if you would.
KB. He kills other beans, but there's a detective after him, and this detective has other beans that are also after him, and that's the movie.
That's the movie.
You know what? Like, you're not wrong. That's the thing.
Oh, when KB goes to the warehouse that's empty, and then he gets in a fight with Vigen.
Yeah,
okay.
and they're just like shooting out a window, and they're just missing.
Somehow, Killer Bean shoots the scope of Vigen's sniper rifle.
Oh, that was awesome though! Slow motion bullet showing the.
Yeah, but then my favorite part is afterwards, after the fight, they he disables, Vigen's gun, and then he just looks at him, and then they just walk away.
Yeah, he throws the gun, walks away.
He exits, and then he goes, I could have some breakfast. And then he walks across the street and just walks into a bar that doesn't even have the chairs down yet, sits at the table, and he doesn't get food, by the way. He just gets a drink. This is very important, despite him saying, I could use some food or some shit.
Because he's depressed, Ethan.
And then the detective drives up to the same warehouse, and then he's about to go in the warehouse. Then he looks across the street and sees KB just in the window at the bar.
He's just like, this is gonna be hard to find this little slippery bean. Oh wait, there he is.
Instantly. then they sit together at the bar, and KB quickly is like, "Yeah, you're a detective looking for me," and then he's like, "Oh shit."
Oh well, looks like you got me there. Here's my gun.
The detective pulls out his gun, and he looks at KB's guns. He's like, "Those are some nice guns you got right there." Then he pulls out his revolver, and he's like, "But
mine's longer."
And then KB is like, "Yeah, well, I got 2."
So, you bitch.
And then the bar owner is just nowhere to be seen. He doesn't give a shit. But there's 2 gun-toting maniacs in his.
Oh
in his
hell
bar.
no! They show off their guns like a penis innuendo, and then the
Yeah,
bar
it's
comes.
totally like. And then they're gonna shoot each other. Then the bar owner comes out with
With
a
a fucking shotgun. He's like, "God, get you hooligans, get out of my fucking ah!"
So then there's this long standoff, and then the detective just walks out, and then Killer Bean's just like, "I need to use the bathroom," and then he's like, "Okay," and then KB goes to the bathroom. And we see the barkeep. He's just cleaning a dish, and then we hear the toilet flush. KB walks out. He's like, "Sorry, it was a double flush." And the barkeep goes, "You only flushed once." And then KB shrugs.
And it's like it's left on the bartender, and he's just like there, like utterly confused as to what the hell even happened. Like,
and then KB exits the store, and then the detective's pointing a gun at him. He's like, "Who is Shadow Bean?"
I thought we already got this scene out of the way, officer.
and then KB just kicks his ass, and oh yeah, KB drives a convertible. He's a fucking assassin that drives a convertible.
He's got some style.
He drives a car that looks like it was ripped from straight out of Monsters Inc.
Actually, yeah, that did look like the Monsters Inc. car, for what's his Green Boy. Why can't I think
Mike.
of his name? Yeah, Mike's car. You know
Mike
what?
Levath,
Yeah.
not from the special Mike's new car, his actual car from the movie. He has 2 different cars.
Oh yeah. Because the Mike's new car is the yellow one. And
Yeah.
yeah.
And it's got like 6 wheels or some shit.
Anyway,
you go.
To wrap this Killer Bean mythology up, right?
Jesus.
So Killer Bean shows up at basically like the same warehouse as the old one. It's like the same model, but it's a different one.
It looks slightly different.
Yeah, and then there's like this whole talk about like there's beans sitting around a table. One of them's just like, "Wow, we should really take care of this gun problem. They should really take away every gun. I don't even care what. Every single gun. Except for my gun." And then Killer Bean crashes through the window, shoots all of them.
Makes a dramatic entrance.
Says some cool puns. And then there was like that SWAT team shows up. Killer Bean
No, they were
listens to
military.
like same
military.
thing. Killer
No,
Bean.
there's a big difference.
Killer Bean like runs around and like shoots all of them.
Okay, wait. There's a very important detail. At the very beginning of the movie, when the detective is first investigating the warehouse, he picks up a shell casing of one of Killer Bean's shots. Jack, listen to this.
Okay.
I have this written down.
Okay.
I have this written down of like
That's pretty good written down stuff.
This is what it says on the bullet casing. This bullet casing is the property of Killer Bean. He then flips over the case and it says, "This bullet is meant for someone else."
It's edgy. It's cool. I don't know why you're not understanding it, Ethan. It's awesome.
Why would a secret organization assassin put his fucking name on his bullet
That's
casing?
his whole character arc,
This
Ethan.
is like when Joker put his fingerprints on a bullet.
But that's the whole character arc. See, the government, they're just like, "You're too reckless." He's like, "I don't give a flying f***. I'm gonna take my good Golden Desert Eagles and drive off my goddamn Camaro or whatever."
Convertible.
Anyway,
Oh wait, can we? I just love how he has that moment where he kills a bunch of Cappuccino's men, and he says decaffeinated. And I just wrote down the note. Why didn't you say that after you killed Cappuccino? But then it turns out he doesn't kill Cappuccino. Vigan kills Cappuccino after Cappuccino's like, "Vigan, you're all fired," and then
he just shoots him and he ragdolls away.
My God.
And then KB just kills Vigan.
Yeah.
Very anticlimactic in that sense. Then Asian Assassin reappears
Now,
after 40 minutes of not
just
being
to
in
put
the
into
movie.
context, right? This movie surprisingly has a lot of racist stereotypes. towards Asian people.
Especially Asian.
And that's only because I think the creator's Asian. I think that's literally it. He voices
like all the
Asian Bean.
Like all the Asian guys have like the Asian shop owner. He has the very stereotypical, oh, this is how Asian people sound. Yeah, that kind of voice.
Wow.
There's even a point where Asian assassin walks up to two cops and he's like, "Where is Killer Bean?" And then one of the cops says, "Oh, we put him in the slammer."
Yeah.
and then it's like, where? And the other cop's like, "Wait a second, who are you?" And then he doesn't say anything. And then then one of the cops is like, "Oh, perhaps you didn't understand. Oh, Mr. Sasori, who are you?"
And then he fucking kicks him in the head and he goes flying. It's the best thing ever.
It's like, what the fuck is that? Okay, talk about the final fight. I'm done.
Okay, so final fight, right?
I'm dying here, gentlemen. This is
Killer Bean. Killer Bean is in jail, and Asian Bean walks up.
Asian assassin
walks up and he goes, "Hey, you're the guy on my contact." And Killer Bean's like, "No." And then they start fighting, and then Killer Bean starts losing, and then he won, and then the movie ends.
No, you are not.
I mean, that's pretty much it.
No, but like the stupidity of it. So Asian assassin has Killer Bean's guns. Killer Bean is in a cell, so that Asian assassin, instead of just shooting him, gives KB his guns.
Oh my god.
Because he wants a good ass fight.
Rips the bar doors off, and then he bursts in and he starts beating the shit out of KB. And then KB, this is how he kills him at the end of the day. He starts trying to shoot Asian assassin, and he uses his Wonder Woman bracelets to block bullets.
No, they were handcuffs that he broke loose.
No, they weren't handcuffs. Those were just his bracelets or whatever that
Really?
was.
Oh, okay.
And then Killer Bean, he's like, and then he's pointing a gun at Asian Assassin, who's Jet Bean. They finally told us his name at 5 minutes till the end of the movie.
Yeah.
And he's pointing a gun at him, and he's like, "You already tried that." And KB's like, "Yeah, I did." He cocks the pistol. A bullet comes out. He catches the bullet, tosses it up in the air, shoots a couple shots at Asian Assassin, and he starts blocking them. And then, as the bullet is falling down, one of the bullets KB shot at him shoots the bullet, and then the bullet that was falling ignites and then fires the bullet down at his crotch, and then Asian Assassin is dead.
Wow.
No matter who you are, that was like so cool.
It was so unnecessary, but so cool.
Yeah. And then
You know what? That should be the tagline. So unnecessary, but so cool.
And so, Jack, what do you think of the movie, huh? Describe what you think.
Yeah, describe what we just told you.
I can't. I was so misled from the very beginning. Picturing whole beans, and then gluing, arms onto them and whatnot. And now I'm sitting here trying to grasp the concept of utter absolute clusterfuck of a film that this sounds like it was.
It's fun. Ethan makes it sound like it's like a really shitty movie, but it's not. It's like one of the best movies ever made.
Okay.
It's a so bad it's good, I feel.
So bad it's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's not so bad it's good. It's so bad it's amazing.
I'll be right back. I need to take a piss. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Oh, well,
What? Jack just left when we were...
So now that he's gone, let's shit talk him.
Okay.
I hate how beautiful he is.
Wow, that was... did you hear everyone laugh? That was pretty funny.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Hunter, in the future.
Yeah, what's up?
Can you add like a funny sound right here?
Okay.
Are you Hunter from the future, Ethan?
What?
What?
What you? No, I honestly have no idea what you said.
I stuttered there. My mouth went and I didn't say anything.
I was kind of trying to make a sound effect, but then it didn't come out.
Ethan, do you have anything to say to Future Hunter, who's editing this at the moment?
Try to find images to help the audience.
Okay, I'll do. Yes, got it. Yeah, that'll be.
That's all I can really say because
That'll take like, because I was just gonna upload this. Okay, so that's gonna take a while.
No, you don't have to do it if you don't.
I'm gonna have to do it now, you dick.
No, I don't. No,
Not
if
too
you
bad.
Wanna,
too bad. Well, at least I'll add like images to what movies we're talking about.
Yeah. At least the movie poster.
Yeah, at least.
No, I'm okay. Oh, Jack's back.
What's happening?
Now I get to shut up. This is nice.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, Jack. All right, Jack. Are you ready?
Oh my god. Okay. Look away. Look away. Dear God, everyone, look away.
I'm looking away. Don't worry.
You better look away from this
Look
goddamn
away from
monstrosity.
this movie. Jeez.
I didn't even see it. So, Jack, just to be clear, this is the movie you picked.
Yes.
Yes. Yes, it is. A horror thriller. Okay, so this is the basic synopsis. This is what IMDb has as their little
I'm glad you're using it.
Maria, an alienated high school student, has her life turned upside down when she switches places with her sinister mirror image. So, it sounds cool on paper. The trailer was good.
I didn't see the trailer. Was it like?
The trailer was okay for what it is supposed to be, but to go a bit further in depth, Maria, again, is this isolated, alienated high school girl. The look of the actress really nails it. She does the creepy part really good for the most part.
Oh yeah, I have to give credit to her name is India.
India Isley.
Yeah, and I have to get credit,
Interesting name.
for how much of just a lackluster movie it was. Like, she was the best part about it.
It was consistent for most of it.
Okay, there are some parts that are a bit unnerving, but nonetheless,
Yeah.
I think the parts that shined were parts where she was in focus the most.
So, Ethan, in a nutshell, this girl, she has an eating disorder.
She eats
She's
Fruit Loops with
little-
ketchup. That's
She doesn't have any friends. Her parents are very rich and neglectful, and her father, who's played by Jason Isaacs, is a plastic surgeon, and he's a perfectionist, a very super perfectionist. He can't tolerate, he can't say any sort of perfection or ugly people or anything like that. It gets to the point where he tells his daughter to go up and put makeup on because it'll make her feel better.
Yeah.
He's just
I don't think I've ever heard that in a movie before. I'll give them points for originality.
The wife is played by Mira Sorvino, as we know from Trade of Innocence. She is the mother in this film.
How dare you? How
And
dare
Oh.
you speak of that movie?
my god.
We have got to talk about that movie.
It was in my head the whole movie. I'm like, I've seen her from something. I
That's
know she's from
Oh,
something.
Trade of Innocence. Oh my god.
That's
she's
insane.
the Academy Award-winning actress.
She was so bad in that.
Actress. But okay, so in this in this film we have with Look Away, she has the abusive relationship with, not abusive, but she has a very negative outlook on her life.
Yeah.
And she comes home one day
I would too if I was in Trade of Innocence.
and she well no, this is the daughter, but anyway, she comes back and notices her reflection is a separate entity. It's not following her. It's that it's its own thing, and then eventually it starts talking to her.
Actually, I would like to point out something that happened before then, where
Okay.
she goes up to her room because she's sad or something, and plucking her eyebrows because that's how she dealt with her pain, I guess, instead of cutting or whatever.
Yeah.
And as she's doing that, she sees a little sliver in her mirror, and she pulls it out, and it's
God,
like,
yeah,
and it's the baby picture of the twins. Did she not notice there was a picture hanging out of her mirror for like 18 years?
it's so okay. So at the very beginning of the film, the opening shot is basically an ultrasound of baby MMA fighting.
Yeah.
Okay. That's essentially.
That's exactly what I wrote. Oh my god! I said
Baby,
starts off
wait.
with two fetuses in a woman's stomach boxing match.
Baby MMA fighting.
That's fucking incredible.
Feed it. Okay. No, not even baby. Fetus MMA fighting.
MMA womb babies. That's what I put. That's what I put in my notes right here.
Okay, I think this movie did it. This has the fucking weirdest thing in it.
So, the oddest thing about it is that the reflection has a name, and the name is Aram.
Aram. Oh, I thought it was Aaron. What? It's Aram?
It's like harem, but without the H. Harem.
I'm gonna Google the meaning of the name right here. Oh, here it is right here. Aram. are Aram, Amari, Aram, so Maria and Aram are anagrams of each other. They all contain the same letter.
Oh, that makes sense.
Okay, you know what? That's a nice little detail.
Aram is literally Maria backwards. Because
she's the mirror reflection.
Mirror reflection.
Well, that's a little nice detail.
Now we have to get to the bad shit. Oh boy, there's a lot of it. So, one major thing I noticed, this is something that probably Hunter didn't. So the first time we see her go to the bathroom to, talk to Aram, right? We see the specific shot of her. We see her shot of her walking towards down a hallway. We see that exact same shot
like throughout the movie.
Times throughout the film.
Yeah.
So as an actor who's worked on sets in my brain, I can't take it seriously. The whole time I'm thinking, I'm like, okay, they literally made her walk down. She came back, she changed, then made her walk again.
Oh, it's not the same shot. Like it's the same
multiple
shot.
Multiple times throughout the movie, it's the same shot. Yeah.
It's the same shot, just with different, and it makes no sense to me because we've already established she goes to the bathroom to talk to this person, Aram.
Like we,
right?
Yeah, totally.
There's no way to do it, and the first time we see Aram is one of the most mind-blowing, weird. Okay, so Maria is in the bathroom. She had a long day or whatever, right? So she gets bullied at school, which we'll get into that in a minute.
Yeah.
She gets bullied at school, and her only friend really isn't her friend, and she's performing a certain act on herself in the bathroom. There is quite a bit. There is a bit of nudity, whatever. That's fine.
A certain act.
But she's masturbating. So
okay.
Yeah.
Just want a clarification on that.
The bathroom, and she's doing that, and she's doing it in the most awkward, weird place imaginable.
Ethan, I would like you to imagine your bathroom counter, okay?
Yeah.
Now, get on top of that counter and sit right on the edge beside the mirror. So you're kind of like shoulder to shoulder with your reflection, and one of your legs is hanging off, like almost the side, while the other one is clinging on for dear life.
And then do it.
And then masturbate in the dark.
In that position.
Because you guys were describing this as like, oh, they're in the bathroom and she's masturbating. I was just like, well, I mean, when I was in high school, I found people having sex in the bathroom. But no, this is more f***ed up.
It's like, why would... It's so minute, but at the same time, who the f*** masturbates on the corner of a bathroom?
Who the fuck masturbates, there in a bathroom?
The only reason that...
It's for the shot. It's for the shot.
No, not even that. It's for her to meet Aram.
Yeah.
To get really freaked out by Aram, to be that close to the reflection, to Aram. And so...
You couldn't have done that in a less stupid way?
So, I know, it boggles my brain, but anyway...
She could have just put her head against the mirror feeling depressed. Like, you don't have to...
Oh, speaking of putting against a mirror...
fucking Christ!
That was a fucking perfect segue. Oh my god.
We're gonna have to get into, but... So after she meets Aram for the first time, Aram says, "Look, I've been with you since you were a kid. I've seen you everywhere." Right? The reflection follows her around.
Yeah.
So she's like, "I see how they treat you. Let me do you a favor, okay? Let you come into the mirror, and I'll go into you, and I'll sort this shit out.
And I'll make your life better."
Your burden.
Yeah, basically, that's exactly it.
That's exactly it. And she's hesitant at first. She's like, no, it's fine. Blah blah blah. And then, this weird formal dance thing happens.
Oh my fucking god! So,
okay, Hunter, go.
You guys really hate this movie.
For some reason, a huge majority of this movie is about ice skating. For some reason, this whole community of rich people in some sort of private school.
Winnipeg, by the way. That's where it was shot.
Oh, Winnipeg.
And it's just ice skating, and a lot of it is just dealt with ice skating. Her fake best friend who drives a car.
Her fake best friend.
Yeah, because she's a bitch behind her back and all that.
Oh, okay.
So first of all, she picks her up in this car, and then she takes down the window, or not the window, the roof, and it was clearly winter. So I don't know why you would want to pull down your roof when it's fucking cold out. But whatever. So, it's just ice skating. But it all leads up to this big Carrie-esque prom where, oh, I'm the girl and I'm asking one of my boyfriend to take her out so she has a good time. Okay, I'll do that. And then we go to the prom, and for some reason, the prom is an ice rink.
Yeah, this school is so rich that they have their own ice rink, so it was like a winter wonderland themed prom, so they're all skating around.
I'm really trying to think of the reason why ice skating was so, like, what you're saying is, like, ice skating is, like, so big in this movie. The only thing I can think of is, like, you can maybe see a reflection in the ice, like...
They didn't do that, though. There was not one point where they ever did that.
They didn't do that once.
Nope, not at all.
The majority of this film focuses solely on Maria and Aram. The only other character development we really see is from Dan, the father, and even then it's pretty lackluster. Everyone else involved in the film, we don't give a shit about because we don't know anything about them. There's no character development. It just stays with Maria, and then it goes to Dan.
Well, for character development, you need character in the first place.
Exactly. These aren't characters.
They're caricatures.
Yes. So the whole point of her getting onto the ice and getting her fake best friend to teach her, this is the really weird f***ed up part. When her friend is...
We haven't had that already?
When her friend is supposed to teach her, yeah, I know, right?
Oh, I hate that scene. Oh my god.
Sorry, it's not f***ed up, it's really
stupid.
weird and doesn't make much sense. So, the prom, word comes around about the prom, she doesn't want to go, but her dad forced her to go. And she needs to learn how to skate. She doesn't know how to skate. So she, her fake best friend, she's like, I gotta have, you skate. Can you teach me? She says, sure. And then she takes her out to the rink, the pond or whatever. They
The pond.
this outdoor sort of community center thing. Mm-hmm. And she keeps falling down. And the poor girl, she's fallen hard. This poor weak girl.
Yeah, because, she doesn't know how to fucking skate.
Exactly. The friend is supposed to teach her. But it gets to the point where the boy, she just watches her. She just watches her fall again and again and doesn't offer to help her get up. And then she just fucking fucks off and skates away. Because she thinks that her boyfriend is seeing her for some reason. Just because her boyfriend is literally the only person in this whole film that gives at least, like, is a decent human being.
Yeah.
Everyone is a piece of shit towards this poor girl.
Wait, sorry.
What?
Is it Maria's boyfriend or the bitchy best friend's boyfriend?
Bitchy best friend's boyfriend. So that's why the bitchy best friend isn't helping her, because just because her boyfriend was being nice to Maria, all of a sudden it's like, I know you want him.
You're gonna steal my man.
And so back to the prom. So this was the only training session. She didn't learn anything. So this poor girl is on the ice. She's like skating terribly. She doesn't know what to do. And then she falls. And the big bad boy himself, Mark.
Marky Mark.
Mark.
So Mark is the main bully.
He's
some
fucking slightly obese ginger kid. And he's just all in all a slimy little douchebag, and he plays it well.
He does play it well, but the entire circumstance to me is not believable.
Oh no, it's not at all. No.
Apparently, it's today's society, because it only came out 2 years ago. Since it was in Canada, and who does this? No one would ever laugh along and stand for this senior dickhead to be physically bullying this girl.
No.
In high school. It's the stereotypical, they pull all the stops. He trips her. He's just an overall, that's as far as it goes. He just trips her. He doesn't even have any very good insults.
He's like, haha, you fell down because you're ugly, ha ha ha, and then skates away.
And so this ice rink is the tipping point for Maria, because she falls down, he offers her a hand, and this cuckleberry, this shit, grabs her arm and just skates her and drags her along the ice, and everyone fucking laughs at her.
Oh my.
Yeah, it's a very Carrie situation.
It's a very Carrie situation. He drags her right to the end.
But even in Carrie, they didn't publicly, they did it at the end. They publicly did it, but at the beginning of the movie,
threshold. This is the middle of the movie.
Abusing her like that.
Oh no, they were. They were.
No, they were doing that in the shower. At least in the Stephen King movie, like the original movie.
Yeah.
The books or whatever. But regardless, this is when she goes back home. She's a mess, and she's like, Aram, I can't do this anymore. It's terrible. You gotta help
Take me.
And so Aram's like, put your hand on the glass, and then she does it, and then she says, kiss me.
FBI, open up!
And then she kisses the reflection,
Reflection.
and they switch.
Yep.
So obsessed.
And then this is when the movie gets like a little bit better.
Yes.
Okay, so before you say it, I'm gonna take the guess that Aram starts fucking murdering people.
Ding, ding, ding.
Ding, ding, ding.
Yes.
It's a horror movie, and we haven't had a kill in half the movie, so...
Yeah.
So,
Well, I think a good horror movie should take at least like an hour, like 40 minutes for the kills to start.
Well, I think a good horror movie needs to be a good movie to begin with. So...
Well, I know, but like the proper pacing.
So, yeah, Hunter.
Yeah, so Arab, which in my notes I put Arab because I couldn't actually I couldn't hear what the hell they were saying.
Arab.
I heard Arab all the time. So, this is when the movie gets really good. So, it's kind of like a Spider-Man 3 situation where she comes to school the next day wearing like a popped collar.
Is her hair down and she's got like the black clothes and some eyeliner?
Actually, that's exactly it, just without the hair.
Holy fuck, it is Spider-Man 3.
So she walks up to Clark or Chad or whatever the hell his name was, and
Mark.
Yeah, Clark, and he's just like, "Hey,
Clark, that's a good mix of Mark and Chad.
did you fucking how's your falling?" And then she walks over, grabs his dick, and goes like, "You the only way you only make fun of me because you want to me," and then walks away, and then he gets scared.
Dude.
I think pisses himself a little.
No, he doesn't. He pisses himself. He just gets really mad and humiliated.
Yeah.
And she
Okay,
goes.
this bully character of Mark, he really sounds like a cartoon.
He does.
He looks like one.
He
too.
looks like a cartoon too. You know what's the sad part? The actor, that's his only like credited role, I think.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's sad.
Yeah, no, but
Was he good?
I mean, he wasn't the worst part of the movie, so.
Wait, have we talked about the worst part of the movie yet?
No, I don't think so.
Oh God.
So the major thing that really resonates with me is that Aram kills people. That's what she does. She kills quite a few people.
Wait, that resonates with you?
And no, it resonates with me because it doesn't resonate, but it pisses me off because Chad is by far, Mark by far is who deserves to die the most. Right next to her father, actually, he deserves to die the most.
Yeah.
She
They were the
doesn't-
clear antagonists of the whole
Wait.
movie.
and she doesn't kill him.
This is like Halloween 2018.
She lures him in to the hockey gym because he's a hockey player. So he just got off the ice. He's going to the locker room. Sorry.
Of course he is, with how skating is a fucking obsession in this town.
She hides. Then she pops out, breaks his fucking leg with a hockey stick, and beats him with it. And
There's a
then
pretty nice sound effect with it too. It's a nice crunch.
Yeah, sound was good. Oh, we'll get to a better sound effect later. But so after that, she then talks to her friend Lily, the bitchy friend. She's like, "Hey, I still want to learn how to skate, please." And she's like, "Okay, weird, but all right,
Oh,
sure."
no.
The dance
Okay.
is over. And so this really kind of intense, kind of stupid, weird thing starts happening where Maria, Aram, had been practicing secretly. We see Aram stop and learn how to skate, go to the pond, learn by herself, to lure her friend there, because her friend comes there, whatever, and then she, out of the blue, it's really this uneasy, awkward silence, and then she just starts chasing Lily.
This was but it didn't. The chase didn't make any sense. She fell, and then the friend was like, "Haha, you fell," and then she got back up, and then she started copying what she was doing. So every time like the friend did like a pirouette on the ice or whatever, she would like, "Oh, I'm gonna attempt it," and then did it, and then all of a sudden, for no apparent reason,
So she's
the
like a
friend
mirror?
gets like
She
afraid.
could,
She gets afraid of her, and then starts skating away, and then she's like it looked like that Aram like told her she was gonna kill her, but nothing was said, nothing was shown, nothing. She just got scared for no reason.
She didn't even do a face?
No.
It was just the presence alone made her feel uneasy, I guess.
Okay, well, you know what I will say is the fact that she's able to just copy her movements like beat for beat because she's a mirror image. That I think that's kind of cool.
That is cool.
Like, I'm gonna say this right now. Like what you're describing, it doesn't sound too bad. It's probably worse in context, but at the very least, there's been at least 2 things where I'm like, that's kind of cool.
Anyway, so for a nice horror movie, the second kill of the film, she slips on ice and cracks her head open. Doesn't even getting killed by the girl. She just falls.
I was really hoping she would slit her with the fucking skates.
No, nothing cool. Actually, nothing cool.
Please tell me someone gets slit with skates at some point.
Nope.
Not skates, but someone gets slit. So, what happened?
You're on skates for so much of the movie. Why not use the fucking skates to murder someone?
Also, I have to point this out. So so Aram is like, now she's out. So Maria, she's in the mirror, right?
Oh yeah, wait, what the f***'s been going on with Maria?
She's just in the reflection. They swap. That's it.
What is her life like? Does she just wait there for Aram to like appear?
I guess so. But so it doesn't make any sense because I don't. Is it ever told that it's clearly the mirror?
Just that mirror?
No, it isn't, because at the end of that, they don't show that. There are clear...
Any reflective surface, they can communicate and see each other.
But they already broke that rule several times where there were reflections, and it was just her. Like, there was no...
Yeah. Well, that's the thing about Aram, though. It was relieved. Like, that's the only cool / good part of the whole film is the relationship between Aram and Maria.
Yeah, totally.
That's the only redeeming factor of it. The rest of it is either boring, doesn't make sense, and it's just offensive.
Or a cartoon.
Yeah, and so with Aram in particular, with all this murder going on, Maria, of course, is freaking out, like, what the fuck's the matter with you? You shouldn't, generic, like, I should have done this, blah, blah. And then she decides to go meet with her father.
Now, this is, in my opinion, the saddest death in the movie. It's the most impactful. It's the most shocking. It's actually the most scary, technically.
Yeah.
So from what we've seen,
would you say objectively?
Of course. So what we've seen is a ginger getting capped in the knees and a girl falling on ice, and those are your 2 kills at the movie so far.
How far into the movie are we?
We're like 45 to an hour in.
Yeah. So now, out of nowhere, it cuts to a kitchen. And you just see a crab, just like sitting there, chilling, not doing anything. All of a sudden, this fucking axe-wielding murderer comes out of fucking nowhere and chops that guy 3 times, like randomly, like cuts off his leg, cuts him in the middle, and then cuts him in the middle again. Throws his body onto like a plate with lettuce and serves him. That alone was the most shocking kill because it was real. It was the most sad because it was just a crab doing nothing, and then
the crab got killed.
Yeah, he just like some axe-wielding murderer chef comes around and just kills the favorite character of the movie.
So I'm gonna backtrack a bit.
Christ, Hunter, you made me think there was a crab just there, and then the dad gets murdered.
No, the crab died, man. Come on.
Oh my god.
No, so again, at this point, we have, beaten up the bully. We have killed the fake best friend, and we go to her funeral. And now we're more building the relationship between Aram and Sean. Sean was the boyfriend of the bitchy friend Lily.
Yes.
Sean.
And Maria had a crush on Sean, I guess, throughout the movie.
Not really.
Yeah, it was like kind of hinted, but like not really.
Yeah, it's hinted, but not really fully. But either way, they start f***ing.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's the stage of a weird thing, and Aram's rebellious and whatever, and she's because she was on the site of. Sorry, I'm getting way too into this. Anyway.
No, get into this.
Okay, so obviously.
That's what I want.
She was there when the friend died and cracked her skull open. She called the cops and acted all panicked, and then answered the questions whatever she needed to answer. And so she starts seeing Sean, and they're going to school, and she's like, no, let's skip, let's go to a hotel and just like all day. And he's like, I have a test, but okay. And so they go, and they start. I
have a test, but okay.
They start getting ready. And he gets a cell phone call that the police want to talk to him some more, and they want to talk to her too. And he's like, and he starts questioning her, and they're trying to, he's trying to piece it together, and he's trying to. And so, no, they don't actually. No, they're about. She keeps pushing on him to do it, but he's like, no, the cops had to talk to us. I want to talk to you too. Like, what did you do? Why aren't you telling me? Or whatever. And she's refusing to tell him anything. So he turns around, he's buttoning up his shirt. So Aram straight up stands up, grabs a bottle of liquor that they were,
they're gonna drink, yeah.
It just clocks this poor bastard on the back.
Doesn't break. I respected that it didn't break.
But it kills him.
Yep.
And he starts bleeding, he lands in the back, and then we pan over to the mirror because Aram is kind of upset about it too, because they were f***ing.
Yeah.
And Aram was kind of old. They had been for a couple days, but but the major thing is that Maria's crying in the mirror. She's really upset, and Aram is also kind of affected by it.
Yeah.
But after this, we get involved with the spiraling effect, especially to do with her father.
Yeah.
Like I said before, her father is played by Jason Isaacs, great actor who plays Lucius Malfoy in Harry Potter.
Yep.
Shit.
And Hook, Captain Hook from a Peter Pan movie that came out in the early 2000s.
Yeah.
Oh, that shitty 2003 one.
Yep.
So he's a plastic surgeon, and she goes to his office. Because he has a birthday surprise for her, he says. And this office, you can tell that this budget is showing badly.
Oh,
The secretary area where you're supposed to wait is like a big open room.
Yep.
The desk is literally the equivalent of like a f***ing full table. It doesn't look like a proper waiting area for a surgeon office. Even the surgery chair, it looks like it's some sort of not a half house, but like a rundown mansion. That's what this looks like.
It looked like a rundown mansion. Yeah, it was weird.
It was very weird. And so the daughter, she's actually excited. She's like, oh, he's going to buy me a car. I'm going to have a car. Oh, it's great. And then basically he invites her in and says, okay, for your birthday, free of charge, I'm going to fix your fucking face.
Yeah, you ugly.
That. We can do this. And so obviously after this has occurred, Aram takes this happens before Aram takes control. Then Aram takes control, starts killing everybody, and after Sean gets killed, she's just going right balls to the wall. She's like, F it.
She's like, I gotta kill the last main antagonist of this movie now. Bye.
Yeah, exactly.
Bye.
Goes to his office, gets buck ass naked, full frontal, and it's like really creepy ass talking, which is it serves the tone of the film, right?
Yeah.
She's like, oh, you got pretty. Touch me, blah blah blah, and he's like, what the f***'s the matter with you? And then she just grabs a scalpel, slits his throat as they're standing up.
It was shown. It was a shown slit throat. So technically, it's the best kill in the movie, but the crab is still the best fucking kill in the movie.
The crab is the most emotional kill.
It was shocking, man.
The poor crab.
It's like the lobster that died in The Boys.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so we see her after she kills her father. She goes back home to console with her mother silently. Doesn't really admit anything. Here's where shit gets stupid.
We're not done? Oh my god.
So throughout the film, we haven't really touched on the mother because she doesn't really do anything. Dialogue is weird.
She's kind of like this depressed, take your pills and shut up type person.
Exactly. And the husband.
So a person that shouldn't have children. But
the husband is very, very controlling.
Yeah.
The character. He's a perfectionist, and he needs to, you need to shut up and just do what I say.
Wasn't he dead?
And he's dead at the point where I've led up to. And so it's revealed that this sick bastard. It's revealed that what happens is
that he's a plastic surgeon, but also somehow delivered the babies.
A baby.
Yeah.
So what's revealed, and I can't believe he had the control to do this. What happens is Maria was actually a twin. And the
kickboxing baby fetus
at
the beginning was real.
we don't actually see the twin. I'm just going to call her Aram for that sake.
Of course.
Aram, the bad twin, whatever. The dad, his perfectionist mind thinks the baby is ugly, that it's deformed, even though we never see it.
Yeah, he goes, ew, no thank you.
So maybe it had like a weird birthmark. Who knows? But anyway,
maybe it looked like the guy from the Goonies.
This asshole it wraps up the baby, and it's winter outside. So he wraps up the baby, literally.
Motherfucker chucked the fetus outside, all right, and snow started covering it as the mother's crying, looking at it.
He chucks the newborn baby in the freezing cold.
Yes.
Yeah, he lets it die, and everyone is okay with this.
Yep.
The doctors in that room are okay with this.
The mother is okay with this.
The mother is freaking the out.
Well, she doesn't call the fucking police or anything.
No, because she's a mom.
In birth,
No, but like she sticks with this guy after he killed her daughter.
Yeah, there's a lot of inconsistencies.
There's a lot of inconsistencies.
This is a fucking clown world.
And so we get to the coolest shot of the film, in my opinion.
Yeah, this was so cool.
So, Mira Sorvino's character, the mother, she's lying in the bed trying to go to sleep, but she can't. And there's a mirror on the ceiling, because some people, it is actually a thing. Some people have mirrors above their beds. And so, it has her, Aram's character, come in and just nestle with her, just lie there on the bed, on one side of her, holding onto her one side. Then we have some sort of, it's like almost a camera effect changing.
Yeah, it's a dolly fucking kind of, it's weird. It's like it's a overview like of them, like you're the mirror, and then it like twists sideways to look at the mirror.
Well, no, I didn't see it I didn't think it twisted sideways. It's the same shot. It's just the reflection. It's a reflection. It changes.
Well, no, that's what it is. And then you see technically Maria on the one side, and then it keeps like getting faster and faster and faster until you see both of them on either side of the mother.
So it's fully completely revealed that as much as I can really gather is that Aram was her reflection of Aram was the spirit of the twin who was killed.
Yeah.
They gave away the twist in the first 10 seconds.
That's why I was so pissed off. That's why I was so okay with talking about the ending. I was like, you literally turn on the you turn on the movie.
Off with fetus MMA. I said that. I thought in my head. So the reflection is the dead fetus.
Exactly. Like it takes it like that. Like you just know exactly what the movie's gonna be.
I didn't even have to watch it, man. All you had to say was like, oh, there's a mirror, there's a person in a mirror, and there's a dead twin. And I'm like, well, the twist has been given away.
Yeah, no, so the mother, this leads to my most hated part of the film.
You know, I was gonna bring this up, but I knew you would anyway.
So, wait, do you want to talk about it?
Hell no, this is yours. This is your time to shine, Jack.
Okay, so we're at the end. The movie's over. This is just a scene that happened earlier, but I had to save it for now.
Wait, did the movie just end with the shot of the two of them cuddling up? So wait, I want the idea of this shot. So you have one of them on like the left side of the mom cuddling up, and one of them on the right side of the mom cuddling up.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
You good?
No, I'm not.
All right. So anyway, yeah. After this movie, no. So anyway, the mother is on a bunch of pills, and so we have her. We have a couple of trippy dream sequences. That's how we find out about the baby dying. But one bit, she's hallucinating, and we're kind of back to where her body was on that day where she was giving birth. And so we have a shot of her waking up in bed or just lying in bed, and we see blood, like, you know, in the area, you know, right coming out of her, you know, vagina, where, like, right when she would assume to give birth, that there's blood running from the legs so she can hear the baby
I believe
cry.
wasn't that the turning point where Maria changed places? Isn't that like the exact same time?
It might have been. I'm not sure.
I think so.
Look-see, but either way. And then there's, you know, blood running out. And then the weirdest effect happens, Ethan.
Uh-huh.
They reverse it. So instead of the blood running out, like it normally does, it starts running back in. And the sound effect...
The vagina burps!
It sounds like it's a...
Vagina burp?
You know how you're, like, draining the bathtub, right?
Yeah.
And you can hear kind of the water getting more and more rapid, like... It sounds like that. The blood's coming up her leg, and at the very end, I've listened to the sound effect 4 or 5 times.
It burps. It definitely burps.
It burps. The vagina burps. They put a stock burp sound effect at the very end.
Like if I were to show it to you, if I were to show it to someone without saying their vagina burped, they would say her vagina burped. It was insane. I actually could not believe. Because I remember, Jack, you told me earlier about that. About how a vagina burps. I'm like, what? and I watched it, and the scene happened, and I actually like threw my laptop. I was impressed.
You threw your.
Also, the soundtrack is kind of weak in the
It's
film.
boring. It's a boring soundtrack.
Why did we not talk about the soundtracks in the last two movies? Shit.
I don't remember what Killer Bean even had.
So anyway, the director and writer of this was Asaf Bernstein.
Yeah.
Now, Asaf,
Sorry. Can you say that again? I couldn't. You kind of like were.
Brown first name, Jewish last name. Asaf Bernstein.
and he's from Israel. He's a director.
Sorry. A soft Bernstein.
Yeah.
No, Asaf.
Oh.
Asaf. Yeah.
Okay.
So he's an award-winning writer-director, include showrunning and directing groundbreaking season 1 of Netflix's Fauda and whatever. He did a bunch of small-time movies he did a couple of things for Netflix actually, and but he did a lot of minor stuff back in Israel. And Look Away is the only major thing, really. He did a lot of TV movies,
Yeah, like it's this big Netflix break movie.
Yeah, this was like his first crack at a feature-length film, or trying to,
Yeah.
And he wrote and directed it, and oh boy, what a mess. No,
I'm still scarred about that crab scene.
The crab. Poor Krabby. Oh boy. Actually, what you were saying, believe it or not, with this Mark guy, he actually has a lot of acting credits.
Oh wait, does he? No, there was one person that just had like one acting credit. I can't remember who.
Alright, I'll find this out right now.
Sean.
Oh yeah, the dad also. He's Dick Dastardly in that new Scooby-Doo movie.
Harrison Gilbert was Sean. And he's on Netflix, so I doubt he doesn't. No, he's got a bunch of stuff too.
Okay, well.
All right, so Ethan, describe what the hell we just told you. What's this movie?
Well, you basically told me the whole movie.
I know, but just try and sum up everything we just said into your little spiel.
Okay, so we have kickboxing fetuses, and one of them dies after being born. Loner girl who gets bullied can't skate, even though the town seems to be obsessed with skating. That seems a bit odd. She has only one friend who's not really a friend, and then she kind of has a friendship growing with her boyfriend, and then she's constantly bullied by this asshole, and then she can't take it anymore, and then she switches places with her doppelganger, who's actually her dead twin sister, in the mirror, and they do it by kissing each other in the mirror, so we have incest in this movie.
Yep, pretty much.
And then instead of killing the bully, the person that wronged her the most, she just hurts him, and then she kills her bitchy best friend, who, while is a bitch, I would not say deserves to be killed, and then kills her buddy, who was her bitchy best friend's boyfriend.
Yeah.
And then she proceeds to kill her father, but not just kill her father. She kills her father in the nude and asks him, "Yo, touch me, touch your daughter," and then she murders him.
Yep.
And then we have more incestual moments, and then she cuddles up with her mom, and all is right in the world.
Yeah.
Damn, that's how the movie ends too. Like it's so anticlimactic.
Very disappointing.
I would give it.
I'm very glad that you went all out for this movie, but for the other movies, we kind of just were all around the place.
Yeah.
Yeah, this movie was very easy to criticize.
Yeah.
Bad movies are easier to talk about.
Oh yeah, totally.
And it's also because you're just like, yeah, I want to spoil everything in a bad movie.
Oh my god, man, so much stuff.
So out of 10, you know what? We didn't give Hunter. Before we forget, we should give Killer Bean a rating.
10 out of 10.
I'm gonna give it
10 out of 10 because you're a loser. That's why.
No, because I'm not the biggest into so bad it's good. Sometimes I was.
But that's the problem, right? You think it's so bad it's good, but it's not. It's so good it's good.
I think you're
right about
this.
I think you're stupid.
And your ratings for Look Away.
Oh.
Look Away. Don't fucking watch this movie. But the rating I have for it right now is 3 out of 10, and I'll tell you why.
What is this rating on?
The film. 3 out of 10.
Oh no! I thought you were looking at like a website's rating.
No, this is my own rating. So 3 out of 10. I'll tell you why. The only saving grace, the only reason it's not like a 1 is number 1. The premise is kind of cool.
Yeah.
And how they handle the reflections very well, especially when you see Aaron for the first time. It's kind of creepy.
Yeah,
The fact that
I'll
he's
give it that.
masturbating
You know what?
awkwardly.
I wrote down in my notes this whole section, the second mirror scene, and they were just talking and what was it? Let's see. I liked it a lot. The script is so blah, blah, blah. Wow, I just didn't know how to read English then. She says like, "Who are you?" She answers with, "What am I?" Then she says, "You're beautiful," which changes her mind. She clearly sees it's her. So I don't even know what the I said there. Anyway,
one of the first interactions with Aram, not the first, but the second, because the first interaction isn't an interaction.
yeah, the second one. That's what I'm talking about. I like that.
The second one, it's I'm not even sure if it's that one. Okay, I can't remember which interaction this was. This was the interaction before she really realized it, and it's just Maria doing her like nightly routine, or her morning routine. She's waking up, brushing her hair. She, puts her toothpaste in. She's brushing her teeth, and Aram, the reflection, the reflection looks normal at first. It's following her, and then moments where she's not looking at the mirror, like when she goes down to put toothpaste on toothpaste, the reflection stops and stares at her.
Which is impressive because then that means that actress had to at least do that scene 2 times in the exact same way, except for those specific parts.
Yeah.
Which
This sort of sounds like a movie called Mirrors. Do you know Mirrors?
I know what a mirror is, yeah.
No, it's a movie called Mirrors.
Okay.
No.
You bastard.
They're called mirrors.
Does no one know it?
No.
I know nothing about it outside of the trailer, and
Then that will be a movie we can save for later. Boom, done.
No, because like the trailer spoiled the whole movie.
Oh well, I haven't seen it though.
Well, I can it's basically just this.
No.
But like.
But that's our podcast. Mirror-based movies. That's.
Well, Oculus is a good mirror-based movie.
We're not gonna do VR yet, Ethan. All right. Jesus.
Oculus was not scary. I went and talked to my friends, and they were scared. It wasn't scary, but anyway, sorry. No, that's it. So 3 out of 10. The only reason it's that high as it is because the premise was cool, and the acting literally the acting of the father and the main Maria and Aram. That's it. That is it.
Same points as Jack, except the crab kill actually genuinely made me shocked. So I'm boosting it up to a 4 out of 10.
I thought you were gonna drop it to a 2 out of 10 because you were angry.
No, because I was so disappointed with every other kill except for the crab.
You're really hyping up the crab kill, and if
it was shocking, man. Like, you don't. It sets it's enough time where you're just like, what the hell's going on? And as soon as you think that, it fucking dies.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that.
Okay.
So that was 3 movies in an hour, and almost 2 hours actually.
Like an hour and 50 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Any final notes? Any final things we want to say before we wrap this up, gentlemen?
In a nutshell, watch Starship Battle Troopers.
Starship Battle Troopers. Yeah.
No. Starship. Yeah,
Starship Battle Shippers.
Sorry, Starship Troopers.
Watch Starship Troopers. Don't watch 2 and 3. Maybe watch 4 and 5 if you like the first one.
Okay.
It's a fun movie. It's just a shoot 'em up with. It's a story for everybody. It's got everything.
Oh, it's got great practical.
It's rated R, so it's not for the kids, but it's rated R.
I watched it when I was 7.
Exactly.
And that's why you're like this, Ethan.
Yeah, I watched a lot.
Killer Bean, I don't fucking know. I'd stay away from it.
I wouldn't stay away from it. I'd support it so much. I would support it. I would want everyone to support it. Sequels coming out. Killer Bean returns.
He's just taking the Batman titles.
He is, because it's good.
Yeah.
And Look Away can suck my taint. So yeah.
Look away from Look Away. Look away.
Look away.
The title tells you all you need to know. Just look away.
They really do. All the titles really tell you what you need. Starship Troopers, right? You already know what you're going into just by the title alone. Killer Bean. It's about a killer bean. Look Away. You just don't look at it.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing.
Done. Simple.
I've never heard of a movie that like tells you more than you need to know about the movie. Like, look away.
Done. Simple. Maybe that and like Schindler's List, but I don't know.
Oh God, Schindler's. All right, so and with that, I guess we're gonna call it after our first episode.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah.
If anyone actually stayed to the end of this, I'm proud of you.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, dude, I wouldn't even listen to myself for this long.
Well, that's because you hate your voice.
For those of you who have stayed around this long, we love you. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
Even though it probably doesn't mean much to you, it actually means a little bit of something to us because it gives us something to do and it keeps us sane. I'm Jack.
I'm Ethan.
And I'm Hunter.
And we'll see you in time on next QuarinTime.
Oh, I see what you did there. Yeah, that was pretty good.